Today we need to talk about Jung Kook talking about his recent struggles with his album and what happened there. We need to talk about Jung Kook apparently liking a TikTok video addressing gay dating rumors. And then we have YouTube talking about Jung Kook and what happened. So hey dumplings, it's Dave. Decide hate it or not, make sure to subscribe with the notification bell on. Grab your dumplings, hey spelling mug merch, and let's go. We need to talk about YouTube talking about Jung Kook and what happened with this. So if you are unaware, Jung Kook dropped Standing Next to You, the song as well as a music video and of course a full album to accompany it. The album Golden I will talk about a lot more later in this video. And if you want to watch and join other dumplings in reacting to Standing Next to You, the music video, then I will link that down below. It's on Patreon. We have a great time. It's at the top of the description. Now this was definitely a big deal for ARMY to have everything drop, as this is the first album we will get from Jung Kook and it's fully in English. Everyone was celebrating and YouTube decided to celebrate as well. YouTube in Times Square decided to fill up their billboards with Jung Kook and used Jung Kook's face to promote YouTube music. ARMYs loved this and big fan accounts everywhere decided that they would repost and thank YouTube for their support. I see a lot of people extremely happy, but I wanted to jump on here and quickly just address why I think this is going to be such a big issue and maybe just explain it right now. Many other solo fans of other members are quickly, only a few days from now, going to start trending and tweeting about how YouTube and these big fan accounts only care about Jung Kook and scream payola or industry plant or whatever they want to scream about. And the fact of the matter is that the fan accounts are going to post about big stories they're typically aware of or pop up on their feed, and big screens showing Jung Kook in Times Square, that's on a bunch of big headlines. So obviously when they see it, they'll repost it. There's no favoritism there. The second thing everyone will say is that YouTube is showing favoritism. I understand where that comes from, but it's not as crazy as you would think. Every time someone gets on TV, award shows, or anything really cool like that, people always shout, this person deserves it more, or why did the company choose that artist instead of this one? And there's so many reasons. Convenience is usually a big one. Might not necessarily be the case with Jung Kook, but can be a reason. When an artist is in the US and meets with a lot of US executives, when the executives are looking for talent, they tend to pick someone who they know who is doing well. There's always going to be people who are better or have better numbers or whatever it is, but the executives usually choose the person who is good enough and easier to reach because they don't want to go through the trouble of contacting someone's PR team, finding out their PR team just to maybe hear no from that other celebrity. And thus sometimes the bigger the celebrity, the executives may not even try to reach out to them. And this is also why networking in the industry is so important. When YouTube decides to pick a face for a big billboard promotion, it's not them doing it for the sole love of the artist, as I'm sure they love Jung Kook. A lot of people who work in creative jobs tend to like music that is not mainstream. So why not pick an artist that is not mainstream and put that on the billboard? Usually because they tend to want to put a recognizable face on the billboards and a face that is going to draw a lot of people into the service that they are promoting. As we can see in the ads on Times Square, the main job there is not to promote Jung Kook, but to promote YouTube music and get people to sign up and stream. ARMYs will stream and sign up to support Jung Kook, and other casual fans might stream if this is how they realize Jung Kook has an album out. So it's a business move, nothing personal, and no hate to any artist that did not get posted on the billboard. I also praise Jung Kook for any success that he may be getting now, and I am super proud of him. He released his album Golden, as we all know, and Jung Kook also around that time decided to go on a live stream and talk about the production and album. Of course, we all love this as we are all starting to hear the album and listen to the message. We want to know and learn what his process was and what the song means to him. Hopefully also listen to how he describes in the music, which will of course give us hints as to what the song means to him, which will make us all like it more. Jung Kook during the stream talked about when he was recording Golden, he actually didn't have a lot of time. This makes sense, as Jung Kook had talked about in the past that he actually never had any intention of ever creating the album and only wanted to do it after hearing 7 and believing that the other songs on the album will have a similar vibe. This inspired him and made him want to do it. I'm sure also seeing the success of 7 made him realize that if he never actually tried to do an album and a full release, then he may be depriving the world and himself of the potential success the album and himself could have. Of course, Jung Kook didn't say all that, but I infer. Jung Kook talked about how he consulted with Bang PD a lot on the album, and although he did not write any of the songs on the album, he did have full control on choosing which songs made the album. Jung Kook, not Bang PD. It was tough tough for Jungkook specifically, as some songs took as long as 4 hours to record, even though the melody and lyrics were already all written for him. One of the struggles was him trying to pronounce every word, and of course, for someone who is not a native speaker, this is extremely difficult as he doesn't want to sound like he doesn't speak English. And then Jungkook said certain songs have a lot of melodies and harmonies in it, which is an issue because just adding those layers takes a lot of time. I think this is interesting because a lot of people just simply do not see the work that goes behind a song, and even when they do and they hear about the work, they don't tend to think it's really that much work. And I understand this. The amount of work is often discounted due to how much money they make. People often say it's not hard work if they make $10 million in a few months, but it still is. In fact, it's proven that as your salary increases, the actual work caps off at a certain point because there's only so many hours in the day. So if you're tired from your 9 to 5 working at an office, a singer can 100% be tired from being in the studio 9 to 5. And singing is very physically taxing as well. Some singers come out of the studio feeling like their voice is hoarse. In that case, they might be singing incorrectly, but it still does happen. Jungkook, of course, to celebrate his album release, has been online, probably on YouTube and of course TikTok, and he's been liking things. I wonder if he has been seeing the reaction on TikTok to his music videos. He also ended up liking a video that has gotten some people in the fandom looking sideways. Now, just to give a little backstory here, people like to think that Jungkook is dating Taeyang. Again, as I've always said, they're cute, and I don't really care if they're dating or not. The issue has never been the ship, but with the certain small subset of fans within that ship that are extremely toxic, and some of which deserve to go to jail. But this rumor has often gotten out of hand to the point where people are saying it's 100% true without the members themselves confirming anything. And so people have taken what Jungkook has hit the like button on as Jungkook's way of confirming the dating of Taeyang. Jungkook liked an account, and before I get into this account and you believe that this account is problematic due to what I literally said 3 seconds ago, this account is not problematic at all. It's just an art account and they're not the problem, but often just what the fandoms on X says or theorizes. So not the art account. Jungkook liked a photo from this art account that seemingly just draws Taeyang and Jungkook. They do it so absolutely beautifully, and I will avoid giving them credit here due to the potential backlash that they may get, but if you somehow stumble on this video and you want credit, happy to credit you in the description, email me. But when Jungkook liked and allegedly followed this account, it made these shippers really excited as it quote-unquote confirmed everything. However, it's interesting because the same people who say this have long been rumoring in the old rumor mill that Jungkook and Taeyang have lived together. And not only has Jungkook denied this, he also recently on a live stream when Taeyang and Jimin jumped on the stream and left messages to say that they were on their way to Jungkook's house after maybe drinking a little bit. And this of course shows that Taeyang and Jimin both don't live anywhere near Jungkook's apartment, or maybe they live near but they don't live together. So that has now been officially disproved. As for Jungkook liking a Taekook fan page and art page, this is just an art page. Jungkook is not stupid. He is likely aware that the page is a Taekook believer. Members get shipped all the time with other members, and usually it's just for the sake of having subunits and people thinking that they like how potentially Jungkook and Taeyang could sound together singing wise. There's just so many possible reasons. Let me know what you think. Make sure you check out my Patreon for more videos. Link down below. Thanks for this lovely comment right here. Love you. Bye.